What is going on, comic book community? Welcome back to an episode of Josh's Comics. Over the weekend, I went to 2 local LCSs, and I managed to find some nice mid-sized keys for the collection. So coming up in this next video, we're going to take a look at them and significance of those, and talk a little bit about the local LCSs. Stay tuned for this next episode of Josh's Comics. Welcome back, guys. So yeah, we're going to talk about 2 local comic book shops in my area and here in Delaware. Actually, one is literally right over the state line in PA, but it's literally like not even a minute or 2 over the line. So consider it Delaware. It's called Cult Fiction Comics. Sadly, they are actually going out of business. And from my understanding is he hopes maybe later in 2024 to find a new spot available and restart back up. But he was doing a massive 60% off back issue sale, 50% off wall books. So I decided to take a stop down there over the weekend and, show support for him. And I believe he said he wants to stay open until at least January 1st. So there's a few more weeks. I might end up going back. I didn't have a whole lot of time to search, but I did find some decent sized keys that I was happy with. And we'll talk about the pricing and how much I paid for anything. Some of these books, I gotta get bags and boards. So this is Suicide Squad issue number 2. And this is from the Rebirth, but it's also the first appearance of Amelia Hellcat, who is actually portrayed by James Gunn's wife. She was in Suicide Squad. She was in Peacemaker. She made a cameo, I think, in Shazam, or no, not Shazam, Black Adam, I believe. But I picked up not 1, but 2 appearances. Small little keys, and considering how the future of the DCU goes, these could be going up a little bit in value. Another book I found, it is not a key, but it's a really great cover, and this is Batman Catwoman issue number 12, and this is the wedding cover. And what's really cool about this book is it just has Batman and Catwoman, and if you look up closely, you can kind of see different versions of them. I'm going to actually open this up. And then like here on the back, you have even more different versions. Right here, you actually have like the Nightmare Batman, and which would be like a Nightmare Catwoman, I guess, kind of thing from Zack Snyder's run, which I love. But so yeah, you have different versions of Batwoman and Catwoman showing up on the cover. Again, not a key, but I thought it was a nice little issue to have for the collection. You know what I mean? I'm a huge Batman fan, so I said, why not on that? Moving on, you're going to see 2 copies of this. It's interesting. I've been looking for this book now for a while, and surprise, surprise, he had it. All new, all different Avengers, issue number 3. Sweet cover. I want to say possibly Alex Ross. I'm not 100% sure though. But this is actually the origin of how the team and the roster came together. I believe the all new, all different Avengers actually first appeared in a one-shot special on a free comic book day, and then you had all new, all different Avengers number 1, which is the first official book, but not the first official team up. But issue 3 is the origin of the team. I'm expecting a little bit on this book for the future and the team for that future. We'll see what happens after Secret Wars. Moving on, more and more Batman. Batman and Robin, issue number 19 from the New 52 from Peter Tomasi, who I actually met earlier in the year. And this is actually a cool little cover, and it's also a great first appearance. This is the first appearance of Carrie Kelly in the mainstream DC story. And you know her from The Dark Knight Returns. So, open that up. Boom. There she is. surprisingly, you know, but now it makes you wonder, you know, okay, how does she appear here when obviously she makes her first appearance in The Dark Knight when Batman is obviously older? Obviously, storylines have changed, and I'm assuming due to the Infinite Crisis and Final Crisis, it may have knocked things out. But that's a cool little underrated DC key, in my opinion. The first time in the mainstream DC continuity in a story. So that was a cool pickup. And these last 2 books I picked up from Cult Fiction are the ones you saw in the beginning of the video in the promo. Batman Gargoyle of Gotham #1. Love this cover. This is actually the first appearance of Clayton, who I guess is a new villain, and it's also a black label, and like that cover is great. I originally thought this was the first. There was another first print, which was a preview issue, which is a little bit pricier, but it's actually not. It's a different one. Sorry about the lighting. It's just like hard to do in these black covers, but great issue. And again, he had it for regular cover price, but again, everything was 60% off. And the last book I picked up, this is pretty cool. I love me some Stranger Things. Stranger Things, it's a one-shot Halloween special. And this is actually a little key. It's a story in the origin of the child eater of Hawkins. I love Stranger Things. We just got confirmation that, Stranger Things 5 will be filming, and I believe deadline's the beginning of January. So, last season of Stranger Things, it's been a ride. I love that show, and I cannot wait for the season. It's gonna kind of suck seeing the season finale, but the kids have grown up and gotten older, and obviously there's only so much more story you can really tell. But this is a nice little key, and believe it or not, Stranger Things has quite a few different, I don't say spin-offs, but different stories branching out. And anytime I can read a book based off of a show, movie, game that expands the world, I'm down for that. And this is actually like high grade, $10, $12. He had it marked for, I think it was like under like $2.50, but again, that's 60% off after that. So that is it for the Cult Fiction haul, and I paid about, I think it totaled, it came out to like $25 to $30, honestly, for everything. So I thought I did good there. And then I decided to stop on my way back in to Delaware at the comic book shop in Wilmington, Delaware. So first, you notice this over here. This is so cool. They're selling cover posters, and I couldn't turn this down. They had another one which was the first issue of the Batmobile coming out on it. And I thought about it, and I was like, maybe next time I go back, I'll pick up that one. But this Joker cover is sweet. This is actually from Detective Comics issue number 71. It's just a big reprint of the whole front cover. Great Joker cover. I love it. And it's kind of nice to add this into the video, I think. I definitely wanted to add some artwork here, make the setting look a little bit better and pleasing. So expect to see that in future videos. I still think that's cool, so I picked that up. But, and I keep saying this, guys, always search for your dollar bins, okay? I don't know, I've been getting lucky at local LCSs for the dollar bins lately, and I think I did really good. So I was going through the dollar bins looking. I picked up this issue number 1 of The Good Asian. I do need to get it in bag and board, and this thing's minty. Even though it's not bagged and board already, it's minty, and it's a Noel story of the Asian community, and set, I believe, during World War II or World War I, if I'm not mistaken. I kind of forget behind the key, but it's actually going to become a live-action series, I believe, and this book is like $10, $15 near mint. I just looked up last prices on a slab. It sold for like $80, $90. So, hey, I said, okay, you know what? I'll pick one up for reading, because I might want to get into the series. It sounds pretty interesting. I like the cover. I'm going to read it. Now, I also picked up another copy. And, yeah, I picked up one more copy. That's 4 copies of The Good Asian, all near mint. Here's the kicker. My local LCS had probably, when I left, had probably at least another 4 to 6 copies of this in there, all in mint. Will I maybe go back and pick up the other ones? Possibly. Or I may just leave them for somebody else to come upon. But to me, that's insane. I could understand if these books had water damage or were messed up. But these things are beautiful, guys. And one's definitely going to be kept for reading. And the others I may... Let's back on a little bit. We'll see what happens with the show. Now, moving on from there, okay, dollar bin stuff. And some of the stuff is bagged and board, some's not. I could not believe the next 3 books that I found in the dollar bin. And it's insane to me because I've been looking for, well, 2 of the books I've been looking for a while. And the other one I just grabbed because it's a nice little key. So earlier we got into some all new, all different Avengers. Boom. Picked up another new mint copy of 3. What, it's funny is I always go months and months looking for a copy, thinking about, alright, maybe I'll spend a little extra on eBay or something and buy the set lot. Always do some digging through the dollar bins, guys. So this was I got for $1. But I also managed to pick up issue number 9, and this thing is in pretty good condition. And this is actually another $10, $15 book. This is the first cover and second appearance of the WASP Nadia Pym. I don't know if she's technically Scott and the WASP daughter, or if she's a different version, but this is, again, a $10, $15 book. Great cover, too. Couldn't believe I found that in the dollar bins. I said, okay, I'm picking it up. We got it. So, the last book, too, moving on, it's not the biggest book of the haul or anything, but it's so kind of an underrated key in my appearance. And it is a first appearance. We got Daredevil, issue number 1. And I'm pretty sure this is from the Mark Waid run. So, this is actually the first appearance of Christian McDuffie. Also, she is the assistant district attorney and love interest of Matt Murdock. And it's rumored that she's going to be in Born Again. So we'll have to see if that plays off. But a nice little issue 1 for Daredevil. I like the cover. Nice little significance on there. And for $1, I couldn't pass that up. So, yeah. So that is it for my weekend haul. I mean, honestly, guys, definitely check those dollar bins, $2 bins, 50-cent bins, whatever discount bins that your local LCSs have. I'm telling you right now, you can go in there. And like I said, I mean, I didn't go in there looking for anything specific, but I found stuff I've been wanting anyway that I knew in the back of my head, and just always go through the dollar bins. I've been very lucky towards the end of this year, and I probably would have done this earlier in the year. I probably would have found even more better stuff, but I've been doing great with dollar bin hunting, and I'm excited for 2024 and to jump in and see what I can find next year too. And so, like I said, my recommendation is always go through those dollar bins. It was a great haul. Definitely check out Cult Fiction Comics if you can before January 1st. They still have some good... I know they got some good stuff in there. I just didn't have enough time to go through everything. And a lot of stuff was all over the place and filled to the brim with comics. And go out, support them. And they're right before you enter into the PA on $4.95, $95 line. And then check out Comic Book Shop in Wilmington, Delaware. I love those guys. It's a great atmosphere to be in, just to sit and talk comics. And then you can always find some great stuff. You can find great books in the dollar bins. You can find cool art like this. So that is it for my weekend haul. But don't worry, I've got quite a few other hauls that honestly I'm behind on. Black Friday Part 2 is coming. I know it's going to not do well because Black Friday has already passed about 2 weeks. And by the time I get my other books in, it's going to be almost a month. I picked up half of them, but I need to pick up the others. And I still got one huge, massive Batman... One huge Batman Rogue Gallery appearance coming. I will say that. You guys can guess on what you think that is. Actually, guess it in the comments. Let me know what you think I might be getting. It's huge, and I can't wait to get that. I should be getting that within the next week or two. And just happy holidays, guys. And, stay safe. Take care of each other. Oh, and also, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. And please subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. It would help out the channel. I would like to hit 400 subscribers. We're like less than 10 subscribers away from hitting that 400 mark. I'd like to hit that by January 1st. Please. I would really appreciate it. And now on to stay safe. Take care of each other. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next episode of Josh's Comics.